We all know Pokemon releases its games in pairs, but today I wanted to figure out which versions were more popular. Alright, Pokemon Red and Blue. What do you guys think sold more? Answer is actually Pokemon Blue. Pokemon Blue outsold Red by almost 200,000 copies at the time, which is like a 4% difference. It's not as big as you'll see for the future games, but it's super surprising, you know, given how much the anime and merch pimped out Charizard at the time. I feel like Charizard is like Gen 1 golden child of all the starters. All right, Gen 2. What do we think? Yeah, so Pokemon Silver was actually more popular than Pokemon Gold. It's probably not surprising to most of you. And I also thought the same because, you know, Pokemon Movie 2000. But the answer is actually so much crazier than that. Yeah, so Nintendo made a fleet of Lugia-themed PT Cruisers and had them go on a national tour across the US.
The first one was a grand prize drawing on Nintendo's
they gave
website
them
for their
away?
Nintendo members and league.
Oh my gosh, that's so sick.
Fans were invited to do a video cover of the Pokemon theme song in 2003.
I'm going to be the greatest Pokemon trainer
No
that
way.
ever lived.
Now, I managed to download the winning video from the artist.
This guy for sure regrets making this video, for sure. Are you recording yourself, making a fool of yourself for the Lugia PT Cruiser? I think I might. I could be convinced. Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire. What do we think? Yeah, so Pokemon Sapphire was the one that outsold. Definitely would have expected Ruby to be the more popular one. Yeah, I guess people just like Kyogre more. There's like a type advantage, right? Like, I feel like it just makes sense. All right, Fire Red, Leaf Green, my first foray into the series. What do we think? I feel like it's pretty obvious. Yeah, Charizard won here. Fire Red. I feel like by this point, like the Pokemania phase had started to die out. If you were gonna get a Pokemon game, you kind of knew about Pikachu. You knew about Charizard at this point, so I feel like it just makes sense. All right, Diamond and Pearl. 4th gen, first on the DS. What do we think? Yeah, so Pokemon Diamond actually is the one that ended up getting the dub. The two concepts, right, are like space and time, and I can't imagine picking space over time. Like, come on. Time travel is like the ultimate goated superpower. It's just OP. Okay, Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Widely regarded as one of the best in the entire franchises. Remake of our classic Gold and Silver games, so feel like it's pretty obvious. Pokemon Soul Silver won out here. Interesting to note, the smallest difference between generations, or between versions, in all the Pokemon games. I think like less than 1% between these two, so people like these two equally. I feel like I will say for the box art, Ho-Oh definitely looks less goofy, because if you look at how Ho-Oh looks in this. His like, you know, head feathers look kind of weird. He's like looking down. I feel like with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they definitely made Ho-Oh look a lot cooler, a lot more badass. So I can understand why you would want to get. Honestly, I think the biggest reason why Soul Silver didn't just blow Heart Gold out of the water in this case is the lack of Lugia PT Cruisers. I don't know where they are. People complain that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl didn't get their Battle Frontier, but where were the people complaining about Soul Silver not returning the PT Cruiser Lugias? The Lugia PT Cruisers? I don't know. Pokemon Black and Pokemon White Gen 5. This one's interesting because, you know, the swap to legendary colors, so it's kind of interesting choice. Yeah, interestingly enough, Black is the more popular version here. I feel like it's pretty easy to see why. Like, Reshiram looks much more well designed, I think, than Zekrom. Like, it's got like this fox nose thing going on, and it kind of like grounds the design a little bit more. Like, I kind of know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at Reshiram here. I don't know, Reshiram definitely looks cooler to me. All right, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Yeah, no surprises here. I feel like if Black sold more in the original version, I don't think it's a surprise that Black 2 sold more in the remakes. Okay, Pokemon X and Y. First games to be released on the 3DS. What do we think? And it is Pokemon X. The reasoning's pretty clear here why X sold more. It's just objectively a cooler letter. The legendaries, it's whatever. If you just took the logos of X and Y, I think anyone would pick X.
For one day only, let us introduce you to Union X and Y. Yes, you may know them as Union J, but the boys have changed their name.
I don't
to
know them.
celebrate the
I've
launch
never
of
heard of these
Pokemon
guys.
X.
We've grown up with this, and it means so much to us to be able to like
Right.
The
I mean, that's
suggestion
cool.
to change their name came from band member George. We're guessing because he's the only one without a J name, and this makes him feel less left out. But it's a cute idea, and
So they're called Union J, and everyone except for George has a J in their name. Oh man, he left the group in 2016. That's tough. I feel like if you're gonna go all in on J, change your name to spell it Jorge, right? Okay, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. What do we think? So yeah, Alpha Sapphire actually sold more copies in this case. Something interesting I stumbled upon as I was doing research on this stuff was that Nintendo reported that up to 50% of people who bought Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had played Ruby and Sapphire as a kid. I mean, we all understand that Pokemon games are banking on their nostalgia, but 50% is just insane. I think that probably explains why a lot of newer Pokemon games seem more dumbed down. Like, Nintendo needs to keep appealing to younger kids, because when you get older, you typically have less time to play video games. But here, there's actually a pretty huge difference in sales. Almost 100,000 more sales for Alpha Sapphire than Omega Ruby. All right, Pokemon Sun and Moon. What do we think? Yeah, so Pokemon Sun, I feel like it was a pretty clear choice here. The people who picked Moon, I feel like, are the types of kids who had like really intense emo phases, you know. They're not like other kids, that kind of stuff, sitting in the back of class. All right, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Yeah, Ultra Sun is the winner here. I mean, I feel like it's not super surprising. Not much else to say beside the fact that the Necrozma forms much more equal in coolness. It's very clear. This is like the people's champ, and this is like the not like other girls pick. But with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, definitely made them both pretty close in coolness. Equally edgy, I would say. Okay, this one, Pokemon Sword and Shield. This one should be immediately obvious, but I didn't consider this. The Virgin Pokemon Sword mascot Zacian versus the Chad Zamazenta. Intentionally bad combat form, holds sword in mouth, unable to drop namesake combat tool as it is permanently installed into his body. That's true. Is literally a four-legged shield representing game perfectly. Sure, okay. But okay, so despite Zamazenta being the Chad mascot, Sword outsold Shield by over 30%, which is the biggest difference between any two version games. And like, it's clear why, right? Like, why would you make one game clearly cooler than the other? Like, why, in what universe would you want a shield over a sword? You know, as I was thinking about this, it actually gave me a pretty solid idea for where Nintendo should go for the black and white remakes, which are inevitably coming. Introducing Pokemon Jacked Body Black and Pokemon Incurable Body Odor White. There you go, Game Freak. I mean, these might even top red and blue sales. Gonna have a hard time choosing between these two, you know. It's really gonna depend on the version exclusives for me.